Dang it. That's a dice. That's a dang it. That's a dice. That's a dice. That's not. I found it. I found it. It landed on tails. It landed on tails. It's a penny. I guess it doesn't work that way. What's going on, you guys? What's going on? It's your boy 3. I'm gonna show you guys some new stuff, man. Supreme Darkness has been going crazy. I've been unraveling it slowly, just taking my time with it. You know what I'm saying? I've been taking like each bite and just enjoying that savory umami, just and letting it linger on the roof of my mouth, on the tip of my tongue, before I just move on to the next tidbit of information. I've been slowly digesting this set, and I've been slowly revealing it. I've been grinding ever since I woke up this morning. Let's go ahead and show you guys this new Arcana Force support. I think people pronounce it Arcana Force, but anyways, it's a coin toss dot deck that can be very good or very bad. It has a lot of elements where I feel like are out of your control, but certain elements are in your control, and there's cards that actually can guarantee you get the right roll. But there's some new support cards, and we're just going to talk about them. So we're going to start off probably with the spell. Looks good. I don't know. I just heard the rumor and then looked at the I went on DB and typed Arcana, and I was like, oh, that says OCG. These are all new. These are the Supreme Darkness cards, I'm pretty sure. So the first spell that we're talking about here is Arcana Spread. I think it's Arcana, though. I feel like it's Arcana. I really think. But Arcana just kind of rolls off the tongue. Arcana. Arcana. So toss a coin and apply this effect. If Light Barrier is in your field spell zone, you choose the effect instead. Let me just really fast. I had a feeling, I knew there was a way that this deck can guarantee stuff. Field spell, once per turn during the standby phase, toss a coin. If the results tells the following effects are negated to your next standby phase. When you summon an Arcana Force, choose which effect to apply without tossing a coin. If your Arcana Force monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, gain life. The broken effect right here is when you summon an Arcana Force monster, choose the effect you apply without tossing a coin. Okay, so this is a good card. Let's keep it here because it might be super relevant. It sucks that you have to play an extra like brick, right, like a Garnet, to like make sure that it's just gimmicky. The deck's just gimmicky, but it seems like it'd be really cool and fun. So toss a coin, apply this effect. If Light Barrier is in your field zone, you choose the effect instead. Heads, special summon a level 4 or lower Arcana Force monster from your deck. Pretty crazy. Tails, special summon one from your graveyard. One monster from your graveyard that has a coin tossing effect. That's pretty good. You can banish this card from your graveyard cost. Add a card from your graveyard to your hand that has a coin tossing effect. You can only use one effect of Spread once per turn. So it's always E-Telly if you have Light Barrier. It's Monster Reborn if you don't. It doesn't have any bad effects. I will say that the way they designed it is that whether you win or lose your coin toss, you get value out of the card. And it has some good follow-up too. I'm not going to complain about the card. It seems pretty decent. This deck is probably mid, but I know the only reason why I ever even knew about Arcana Force is because of this card that I used to play in Dark Worlds. So little do you guys not know about Dark Worlds. We used to skip turns with the world, you know what I'm saying? We'd summon the world, and it didn't go well. We'd be like, okay, and we would try again because there's a not once per turn reborn for fairy monsters that Dark Lords play. And it's crazy. I was skipping turns with Dark Lords, and that's how I had learned about Arcana Force. I'd seen it before in the anime, but like that's how that's the only time I really played with the cards. I only played the world because it's the most degenerate one. Next new card is the Hierophant. This card is very ugly. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like the illustrator came back in the studio. I feel like Konami really, you know what I'm saying? They've been doing really good with the artwork lately, but this card ain't it, baby. This card ain't it, baby. This is not it, bro. This card's nasty. He looks disgusting. You can discard this card for the rest of this turn. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when a Arcana Force monster is summoned to your field. That's broken. He just they making up for him being ugly for show. If this card summoned, toss a coin. Head, special summon one level 4 or lower Arcana Force monster from your deck. Another E-Telly with a different name for monsters you control and in your graveyard. Oh, it gets not that great, but it's still good. I think in the early game it's really good. Tails, special summon Arcana Force monster from your deck to your opponent's field. That should be very relevant. I'm pretty sure they have cards that have bad effects. Like if you roll tails, it's bad for you, the player. But if you summon it to your opponent's field and it rolls for a tails and they get the bad effect, maybe there's an Arcana that's like shuffle your whole hand back to your deck if it's a tails, and maybe this guy can like summon him. And if they're not playing Arcana Force, the heads effect shouldn't be that good for them anyway. So it's like there's no downside. I can see this card being degenerate. I can see it, bro. I can see it. It's already kind of degenerate because like not being able to respond, and all their effects probably happen on summons. That means you're playing with Branded Lost, you know what I'm saying? Good card. Good card. Arcana Force, man, boy, I know this is a 5. But let's just say it's a 13. I don't know. It might be 13. The Sun. I wish I was better with Roman numerals. I should be better. I should be smarter, bro. I should be smarter. So it says here, if a card that has a coin tossing effect is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of Arcana Force 13, the Sun, once per turn. If this card's summoned, so their summon effects are not once per turn. I'm realizing that. That's like a huge plus side, because I know that the world was never once per turn. That's why you could try again and again. So that's crazy. The only effect that's once per turn is extending, but his summon, that's a huge strength. I think this deck actually has something going for it, on the fact that it has some really crazy effects that are not once per turn. So that's what's cool, I guess, because it's a coin tossing deck. It'd be stupid, it would suck if you only get one try at a coin toss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should be able to summon this guy and roll tails 5 times and finally get a head on the 6th time. But yeah. So if this card summon, heads, set 1 spell from your deck that has a coin tossing effect. That is disgusting. Tails, destroy all cards in the spell and trap zones. So I can see you Hierophant the Sun to your opponent, and you can blow up their back row. Blow their back out, bro! Blow their back out, bro! I'm sending headshots to your dome. This card's actually crazy, bro. You could give them Sun and blow their back out, bro. That's crazy. And if they're not playing Arcana and you roll head, it's still okay because they get no plus to it. So I see that there's no downside to giving them the cards. So Tails, that's really good. That's really good. These are good cards so far. I'm not complaining. The Chaos Ruler, Arcana Force X, the Chaos Ruler. This card is... He's ugly, bro! He doesn't look good. He does not. He don't look good, bro. I know a lot of these cards are supposed to like not look good, but they made new cards. Like, we can forget that the theme of the deck is to be ugly. We can make new cards and say, look, we acknowledge that these cards are ugly, and we as Konami apologize, and we're addressing it by making some crazy dope looking cards. This card's not that ugly though. He does kind of look cool. This card, disgusting. Okay, so it's a fair, like all of them are. 33-33 on the stats is pretty insane. I think all their attack and defense is the same. That's really cool about them. Must be special summoned for the extra deck by sending the above cards from either field to the graveyard. It takes 3 Arcana Force monsters with a different name. Oh, it's from either field! And you can give your opponent the Arcana Force Soka. Okay. It's getting good. It's getting good. Because you give them the cards do something dirty to your opponent, and you say, thank you, come again, and you summon Chaos Ruler. Alright. If this card special summon, toss a coin head, special summon a level 10 Cannon Force from your hand or deck. They have a lot of summon from deck effects that I'm seeing right now. I guess that makes sense because all their effects happen on summon, and you gotta keep trying with the coin toss thing. The mechanic. They need a card that searches Light Barrier for sure, though. I think they need a card that searches Light Barrier. Like, it's so important. You need to have that card, man, in my opinion. Special summon a level 10 Arcana Force monster from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Tails, add a card from your deck to your hand that has a coin tossing. You just can't miss with this card, bro. It almost feels like you might want the tails more sometimes. I could see you wanting heads more, or I could see it never being bad, but sometimes you just can't go wrong with this card. You really can't. But I could see you being like, I wish I got tails more than I got heads, but you just always get something good. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects on the field while Light Barrier is in the field zone. Oh! That's better than Skill Drain. That's crazy, bro. Because it says your opponent cannot activate on the field. Never mind. Let me slow down. Slow down, Stack. Slow down. I thought it said your opponent can't activate monster effects while the thing's in the field zone. Because I was like, oh, they can't hand trap you no more. They can't activate graveyard effect. It's still good. It's still good. It's a little bit better than skill drain because activate means paying cost. Well, you know what? This is interesting. That's all they got for the new cards. It makes me want to go back and revisit the old card. These cards are just ugly, bro. This card looks kind of cool. He looks kind of cool. I think so. They have light and dark variants to some, like moon, sun. So that makes sense. There was a moon and there was never a sun. I get it. Okay, cool. Whatever. Arcana reading. Toss a coin. Apply this effect. If light barriers in your field zone, you can choose the effect set. Heads, add a card from your deck that has a coin tossing effect, except Arcana reading. Tails, your opponent adds a card from their deck to your hand. What? What? Adds one card from their deck to their hand. You banish this card from your graveyard immediately. Normal summon. Arcana reading is broken. No, listen, you guys. Oh no, never mind. I'm thinking about the monsters. I'm thinking about like summoning the monster to your opponent's field. I don't know why in my head I said you could special summon Arcana reading to their field, and then they make you add any card from your deck to your hand. Never mind. I'm just shut up. This card's not that good. If you don't have light, if I don't have light barrier, I'm just not activating this card. There's no way I'm letting them even have a 50% chance to get any card they want. This card's not that good. If you have light, it adds light. So there is a way to add light barrier. Even the cards that add light barrier have a coin tossing, bro. So this, bro, if you like gambling, play this deck. That's all I'm gonna say. I think these cards are good. I think this deck, the gimmick of it has always been bad, and it's a little too restrictive. I'm so welcome to being proven wrong and someone just say, nah, it's really like that, bro. This deck's really like that. Black Air Force energy. But until then, this support does not really change much. There's not a card that guarantees light barrier, and I think this card is what unlocks. This is the Ceruli of the Dark World for the Arcana Forces. It unlocks that latent potential. Like, if this deck can control its coin tosses, it's a good deck. It's very consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's very consistent. But yeah, I don't see it, man. I don't think this is it. This is some good support, but I'm gonna leave it at that, bro. It's good support for a bad deck. Thank you guys for watching. Make good choices. Don't do drugs. Don't hurt your brain cells. God bless you guys. Peace.